Hey, Lego City guys, back here with an update on the city. I took some time off, so I have not been able to work on the city or make videos for quite some time, and I apologize. But I'm ready to get back in here, start working on it again, working on some projects I started, finishing some things up, and starting some new stuff. So the first thing I want to do is kind of show everybody the city, where it stands right now. If you follow the channel, you may already know that the city is in 2 rooms now, and so I will show you that and kind of show you some of the projects that have been started and are still in the works, and some projects that are going to be starting soon. And I will show you where I placed the bookstore or the bookshop modular, which came out last week. So without further ado, let's get started. So for the overview, we'll first start with the main Lego room. I'll show you kind of the entire layout and how it transitions into the other room. So I'm going to kind of zoom out and try to show you the whole area at first, kind of give you an idea of how it all looks. So as you can see there, that's kind of the end of it over here. And then it goes all the way over here and back to here. So to give you kind of an overview of everything, you got the rail yard here on the left. You got a transit center here, which is a connection for light rail, the red train, the monorail, and the orange train commuter rail. The rail yard is a mess right now as I am working on the tunnel to take the tracks into the other room. The tracks are actually complete, and most of the tunnel on the other side is actually complete as well, but this side I have not even started detailing it out yet. But that's the basic idea of what it's going to look like. The train tracks themselves are generally okay. They've just been modified a little bit to add those other tracks, but the monorail that used to run through here has been completely disassembled, and I'm trying to figure out how to route that monorail through there with the changes I've made to the city. So yeah, that's the rail yard area. And then you move over here, this is the original downtown main drag, which consists mostly of modulars, mostly kind of the older ones, but there's a couple of the newer ones in there as well as some miscellaneous residential buildings. So that's the main drag. There's a monorail going through it there. And then back there in the distance, still got that building under construction. I'm still planning on replacing that with an actual tower that's going to go up. And then some of your newer modulars are in the very back. I'll show those up close up here in a little bit. As you can see, the bookshop is back there. Then you can kind of get into the school area. There's a police station. And then you kind of get into more of an industrial area here. And then the harbor. And then another monorail station where 2 lines come together. You have the monorail and the railroad bridges across the water there. Then over here, the baseball stadium. Another transit center for monorail and buses. The firehouse. And then it kind of becomes more residential over here as you pass by the harbor and the beach. And you have a church, and then you go back into here where there's residential and the hospital. So that's really it for this room. It's a pretty good sized city, but I ran out of room, so I had to make it bigger and run it into the second room. So I will go show that to you right now. So here we are in the second Lego room. As you can tell, this is where the amusement park is going to go, and it's also where the airport is, and the agricultural area. So yeah, this room's already kind of filled out, and I'll show you the tunnel over here where the trains come through the tunnel there. So yeah, this is far more messy. Got a lot of work to do. It's in disarray. That's because I've been moving a lot of Legos around. But I have spent some time on the agricultural area over here and the tunnel, so I'll show you that. and I'll show you kind of some other projects I'm working on. So over here, one of the most recent things I've done is build a bridge. So I crossed this gap with this bridge. It's very similar to the bridges in the other room. It's very strong, and you can run anything across that, no problems. So that's done, and I have the track kind of laid out. Basically, I have added a couple sidings. Got one right here, and then one over here. And yes, it's a mess. But yeah, this is going to be the amusement park, Legoland kind of thing. Hopefully I'll start getting that built here pretty quick. I really haven't done anything to it except for throw the bigger rides there, but that whole area right here is going to be the amusement park. And this is already kind of detailed out. I mean, it's just a runway, so that thing takes up so much space, and we actually made it a little bit longer, I believe. So that's the runway, and the tower is down there in the distance. So let me get over here and kind of show you the terminal and the rest of the airport. So here's the terminal and the end of the monorail line. That's going to be the airport stop. I haven't built the station yet, but I know at least that's going to be where the monorail is going to go in that part of the city. Over here, I'm not so sure yet. As you can see, it kind of dead ends right there. I was going to make it go over here towards the amusement park one time, but now I'm going to take it in a different direction, I believe. But yeah, we have more room now for the terminal and some places to park some planes and stuff over here. So that's going to be all cleaned up, and then I'll have it detailed out a little bit better. I did move the hangars over here, and really that's about it for the airport. And then over here is the agricultural district. Got some farms and the windmills. You can see in our recent video those windmills do run, all three of them, but right now they're not operating. And then I have the tunnel, which is right here, and that is mostly complete. I kind of wanted to detail out part of the tunnel to give it kind of a mountain look, and then part of the tunnel is kind of concrete, like man-made. So I'm trying to imagine maybe a man-made portion of the tunnel coming out of a mountain there. I was just able to use just bricks I had there, so I couldn't go too big with it. And then the car tunnel goes through here too. I didn't actually cut a hole in the wall for that, but it kind of gives the illusion of the car and the tracks going into the next city there. So as you can see, the farm area is pretty detailed out. And I'll get some close-ups here of the tunnel here. Get the camera to focus. And you can even see into the other Lego room there. So yeah, that's a kind of a basic overview of where the city stands right now. It's a pretty big mess, but I don't think it's going to take too terribly long to get it back together and have most of the city looking really nice over the next few weeks. So let's go back into the other room, and I'll show you a close-up of where I put the new bookshop. So here we are with the new modular, the bookshop, and I think it looks pretty good there. I did move the diner to make it more of a corner along the little river there. I scooted it over because it was where the bookshop is now. And I moved the residential house that was where the diner is over here by the park and police station. I thought that was a little bit better fit. So kind of transitions from commercial buildings slowly to more residential. So the monorail also used to kind of cut through here, and now I've kind of stopped it there for now, and I'm not sure where I'm going to go with it. But yeah, that's the bookshop. I think it looks really nice. Really nice modular. And while I'm over here, I'll kind of show you some of the other buildings. Obviously that's the big 10-year anniversary set came out a few years ago. And the diner and the Lego high school. And then, like I mentioned before, there's a residential building there, the police station, and then the garage. So in order to make room for the bookshop, I did move the haunted house right here. That was over here where the modern house is now. I think the modern house looks better there next to the park anyway. And so the haunted house, I'm not sure, this was where the Ferris wheel was, and I wasn't sure what to do with this little spot. But I think I'll just kind of make it in off limits area with an old vacant house or something, just kind of detailed out as just kind of a abandoned area of the city. So that's kind of what I got planned for that. But yeah, I think the garage looks really good on the corner here next to the police station. And like I said, the high school basketball court and the other modulars. So you do get the train tracks going behind the city there in a little park. So it's been kind of nice over the last couple of years. The modulars and other custom builds have expanded the city basically from all the way from here all the way around the corner and wraps around over to here before it kind of transitions into more of a industrial area here. So other than that, I don't have too many more plans. I do want to figure out what to do with the monorail and this construction site. I'm not sure if I want to run the monorail into the other room there with the train tracks, or just have an independent circuit in here by itself, or maybe run this other monorail that goes through the residential area and connect that to one of the other lines. I haven't figured that out yet. But yeah, check back in. Hopefully I'll have some changes soon. I do plan on getting in here a lot more often, spend some time in here, getting the place cleaned up, and building the amusement park, finishing the tunnel, getting the airport cleaned up, and some other small projects. So that's it for now, and I hope to see you soon.